is good? What is good? What is good? What is good, everybody? Raider Nation, y'all had made it to another Friday, man. Shout out to everybody that made it through this week. But we are here. We are live. We are here to talk about some Raiders football, man. And as you can see, we got OTAs beginning this Monday, man. So we're here to talk about it, man. We are here to talk about it. OTAs, off-season camps, baby. Let's go. It begins this Monday. We just hit the weekend, so I got to talk about it. Shout out to everybody in here already, man. We got Mr. Raider. We got Ruckus. We got Dante was good. Eric, Gornell, Ben Bad. Digi was good. Omar, Ben Bad again. Booston was good. SVT, Kale was good with you, my boy. What's good with everybody in here, man? And I got to start it off because we already got over 50 y'all in here. What is your guys' player that you feel has to be at this camp, right? We got so many players coming in, all these free agents, all these trades, right? Is there a player that was already on the Raiders roster that you feel like there is no excuse for missing these camps? Last year, for me, it was Isaiah Johnson. Who is your number one guy that you want to see be at this camp, even though it's voluntary? Who do you think needs to kick it and knock this out of the park, man? Shout out to Ed. We got a bunch of people. Anthony, Donovan, Port City, the ultimate pirate, Raider Cortez, Ben Bad again, D Raider. Let's see. Bobby was popping. Let's see, Edwards. Yeah, so I'm seeing Edwards in the chat. Edwards, Leatherwood, that's good. Trayvon Mullen. Facts. All of them. And last year, I believe the Raiders had the highest attendance in the voluntary OTAs in the entire NFL. I think that by the end of it, we were only missing 3 players. We were only missing 3 players for these voluntary workouts. So this is a very, very not crucial moment, but this is a time that even though it's not mandatory, you want to go out and have your guys there. You want to go out and have your guys there, right? I believe Richie Incognito, even though he didn't play, I believe Richie Incognito, the way he used it is these voluntary workouts are the way to get a competitive edge. So that shows that even when you're not really practicing or have to go to those practices, you want to see how many guys really want this shit, right? And on top of it, we got a new scheme on offense. We got a new scheme on defense. These guys need to attack Monday super hard, man. Super hard, man. So we got to be in the building ready for Monday. D Raider says DeMarcus up top. Shout out to Queen in the chat, was good. Armando was popping. Can't stop, won't stop. Everyone needs to be there. They need to learn the new system. Exactly, man. That's a fact, man. We need everybody in the building, man. We got Patrick Graham. We got all these new players and staff members. And for those of you guys who do not know, actually, it begun last week for the staff. So our new head coach, obviously, they were mostly all already in the building. But for those of you guys who didn't know, staff members, OTAs began last week. So in terms of Patrick Graham and all of our new coordinators and stuff like that, they need to already be in the building, right? We have a new special teams coach, McMahon or something like that. So we want all these guys. We want all these guys to be in the building. Armando says the same thing. EJ was good, bro. Was good with you. My brother Wasted in the chat was popping, man. Let's see who wants this thing. Exactly, OG. Exactly. This will shows who really wants it. Of course, we're going to see the Max Crosby's, right? Max Crosby said the second the Super Bowl was over, he was back in the building. He was already working on the season. But really, right now, when it's voluntary, when you don't have to be putting in that work with the squad, who is going to be there in the building with the Raiders, man? Who is going to be there? And me personally, we need to attack these new schemes. We need to attack these new schemes, man. We know how not complex, but we know how versatile this thing gets on defense. We know how versatile it is with Patrick Graham. We know that Josh McDaniels kind of likes to run the same thing on offense, right? He kind of likes to change it week to week, personnel to personnel, opponent to opponent. So you need to be able to have as many guys in the building attacking this playbook. I believe it technically wasn't allowed to be in the playbook until this time. So we need all these boys, right? And then the reason why I feel like it's so important is because you got these voluntary OTAs, right? So you want to have as many veterans or guys that were already on the roster to be able to know a lot of the knowledge of the playbook for when these rookies come in. It just makes the transition even easier, right? We have these later round rookies, so we want to be able to maximize those guys as much as possible. Bring on Wasted, y'all can argue, bro. We were having a healthy debate. Healthy debate. Shout out to Wasted, man. In the building already, always showing love to the channel, man. For real, for real. All them motherfuckers better be out in OTAs. Come on now. You gotta be. And I will say this, right? I've seen a lot of our players that are on Instagram. I've seen a lot of them actually kind of touch down into Vegas this weekend or this week. So it does seem like we should have a pretty high attendance there. And I mean, at the end of the day, bro, I'm really serious on this. We got to have high attendance with this because we have a new scheme on every single side of the ball. Even our we know what happened with Rich Bisaccia. He gone. We don't got the same dude here no more. We got to attack the playbook. We have to. Um, let's see. What do you think about Debo following our players? I don't really think it's much into that. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I mean, that'd be cool, I guess. Shouts to the Raider critique. First day is today. What's up, fam? It's Monday, but we're talking about that shit today, right? Because it's the weekend. So you got 48 hours, then we back to it. We back to it. You know, a lot of these guys were already working on to next season, right? We knew that Max Crosby every day in the building after the playoffs was over. He was there. He earned his extension. He got his money. But Max Crosby want to be in a lot more places. And let me tell you this. With us being ready for OTAs, the Raiders did drop the new jersey numbers for all of our players. So these are the new jersey numbers. So check them out. New defensive jersey numbers. We got them right here. The Raiders dropped them. Bingo. You got Darius Phillips with the dub. Yasin with the dub 6, dub 9. Oh, he took Casey Hayward's number. I'm with that. Okay. Ooh, 50 for Jayon Brown. And my brother, what is good? What is
My
up, man?
brother, what's good, man? What's going on with you, bro? What's up with you?
None much, none much. We just checking out all this, talking about, we both know that these OTAs begin Monday, right? And we
Yes,
know
sir.
how important. We know how important, even though it's not mandatory. You play football, I played football, whether it was at a high level or not. We know that you want to build up confidence. You want to build up everything with the team early. You want to get out. You want to hit that. You want to hit that field like, hey man, I love this shit. There's no place I'd rather be right now.
Yeah, you got to build that team camaraderie,
Yep, that's the
which
word.
is huge. You definitely got to build that team camaraderie, and you got to set the culture going forward. So, I really hope that thank you, SVT. A lot of these guys, man. I hope that they're bought fully in, and I hope that they come in here and they set the tone because we
Facts.
had such a tight team last year, and I think that's the reason why we made the playoffs because they
That's
set
true.
that tone, as you said when I was listening. That's what made me pull up, in OTAs.
Hmm.
So they were able to kind of like weather the storm of some of that adversity that came their
Yep,
way.
most definitely. I mean, I know Rich Incognito didn't play ball last year, but each time he was asked, right, he was like, "Look, I've been in the league for many years. These OTAs that are not mandatory, that players don't need to be at, right? It makes a competitive edge once you go later on in the season, right?
Yeah,
Because you've been with these guys since before you even had to be training with them, right? And of
yeah,
course, we knew that our quarterback. I mean, Devontae Adams said that ever since he touched down in Vegas, he was spamming Devontae trying to get him to work out, but Devontae still had to sign, put the ink on the paper and all that good stuff, right? But really, we got like last year, it was big for the defense, right? Because we had a new coordinator on defense. But this year, it's big overall, man.
yeah,
You got to come in, whether you feel like you're gonna be a depth piece, a backup role, even the special teamers. You have a new special teams coach, so you got to get familiar with the way that things are gonna be ran here. And it starts Monday, man. It starts Monday.
yes, sir.
Like it has to. It definitely has to start Monday. You got to be in that building, whether you want to or not. You got to be back. And I'm glad that we got some people under our belt, right? That we signed back, the Jonathan Hankins, we re-signed him. I'm glad that we got some of these guys that were here last year that are also vets to come back in the building
Yeah, because it's not like we starting
from scratch.
from scratch, man. Like we don't have a whole bunch of guys that don't know each other. So a lot of the leadership that we have are still entrenched on the team and they're still locked in. So, man, that's an incredible thing. The thing that I'm really concerned about,
Oh my God, bro. This dog never fails, man.
the fifth horseman. Yo, the thing that I'm a little concerned about is trying to meld all of those pieces together and get them to work in concert. I mean, like, listen, I feel like this staff kind of dreams in color a little bit. They can see the move behind the move. Like I can see like Kyler Fackrell, right? That's the perfect situational pass rusher for this defense, bro. I just hope that it all comes together the way that they see it, because I can see what they're trying to do. Like Jayon Brown, him being the coverage linebacker that he is, and us not going and swinging big for a bunch of names. Sorry, but swinging big for guys who fit. Like, this
Yeah,
is
who
not a
fit?
collection of talent, man. This is a team, and I'm really happy about it.
And I'm glad that you brought up Kyler Fackrell's name because he kind of lost in translation, right? We're talking about all these guys that we signed, and it's just like, hold on, this dude had a great season with Graham. Like he had a great season, a career year, right? He ended up getting a big contract, I believe, with New York because of that season he had in Green Bay,
Yeah,
or maybe it
yeah.
was the other way around. I don't know if it was the other way around, but either way, it was the other way around.
Yo, I think he was in Green Bay first, I think, buddy.
Okay, well, yeah, something like that. But look, at the end of the day, I'm glad you brought up Frackrell because John Beck just he hit it. I want to see Kuntz out there, man. He finished off the season pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
Having that small sample size to work with, right? You don't really have too much film to look on, but if you bring him in and he was able to hold that weight that Gus Bradley and those guys made him put on, if he was able to maintain that weight, you have something to build on immediately, right? Because
Yeah.
then you can say, okay, you did good at this. We just need to get you on the field more. But if he kind of lost the weight, or I doubt that he bulked up even more. But then you can say, okay, well, we could work from this. We got to mold. Do we mold him into an outside linebacker? What do we say with him? Me personally, I know that we were joking with Graf about Cleveland Furrow being that outside linebacker. I truly want to see Malcolm Kuntz be that outside linebacker that can rush off the edge. He's young enough. I believe he has, his frame isn't too big to where he can't drop back into coverage. So that kind of just needs to be developed. And I think that
Yeah.
Kyler Frackrell, with him being, I believe he's 31 years old, he has a lot of knowledge to bring to that guy, Malcolm Kuntz. And they could just, you get those vets that kind of bring these kids under their wing and they kind of just show them the ropes.
Mhm.
And I think Colin Frackrell could be that guy. I think he could. I really, really do.
See, what I'm glad that they have. They have guys on every level of the defense. They have depth at every level. Yeah, I saw that. I was laughing. I just smiled. Yeah, got in, yo.
Shout out to
But
Kenny, man. But you're
but
right.
yeah, they so that's a good thing. So, say for instance, if you got a game where you have a questionable offensive line, you could just keep applying pressure all game. Kenneth Bryant, my guy, what's going on, man? Yeah, like
Kenny,
it's
man.
not a whole lot to talk about today. I was gonna go live. I thought about it. I said, you know what? I don't want to water this shit down, bro.
No, yeah, most definitely. But then I was like, hold on, it ain't news. But I remember that OTAs they start Monday, yo. So
Yeah,
with all these new acquisitions, what we brought in, 23 new guys. I
yeah,
want all 23 to be in the building, man. I understand that probably Chandler and Devontae will probably be very, very limited with what they do. I doubt they'll probably even have to, right? Because last year there was a couple guys that we had extremely limited. I think Darren Waller didn't really do much last what was it, voluntary OTAs. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I doubt that we'll see a lot of action with Devontae. You might see a little pitch and catch here, but I don't think they're going to be really doing anything too crazy. And a lot of this is just walkthroughs and installs. You want to get that scheme clicking in their brain right now. You really do. Let's
yeah.
see
What somebody asked me?
what they say.
Time for the hard question. Wait, should you letting Andy date your daughter? Yo, look.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Look, let me just say this right now. I'm gonna get this out the
Why would you
way.
even bring that up?
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Why would I bring it up?
Yeah,
Or
why would
him?
you bring that up?
Oh,
Both of
what he
y'all.
just said? No, he brought it up. Look, let me say something to you. There's very few things that get under my skin. There are things that I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Because this shit ain't real, right? The one thing I don't fuck around with is my kids and my family.
Definitely.
Don't ever mention my kids and my family, motherfucker.
Simple as that. Simple
Ever.
and plain.
Any
Simple
of you motherfuckers. Don't ever mention that.
You bring a different side out of motherfuckers, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you playing, I don't take it as a joke.
Simple as that. Simple as that, man. I don't think it's nothing else to it. Shout out to we back to the football with it though. Shout out to Cal. He said, "What's Frackrell's role? Situational pass rusher." Wasted mentioning when he came on. Situational pass rusher, a guy that can occasionally maybe drop back into coverage, play the flat a little bit. You're not gonna have him doing a whole lot, but he could definitely rush the passer, right? And he could definitely rush the passer. And we had some situational guys last year. We had Carl Nassib last year. He was decent as the situational rusher. Cleveland, Kuntz, those were all situational guys. But we had Yannick. I felt like, Yannick, he was a starter, but he should have been a situational rusher, in my opinion. But our roster wasn't as great last year. Our roster's a lot better. And we most definitely should be seeing a lot of these young guys that we brought in. Rock Sin. This is last year of his rookie.
AKA Lock Yasin.
Yeah,
I'm calling it. His name is Lock Yasin. He locking you down this year. That's
I think. Where do you think the most competition will be heading into camp? Me personally, I think it's that DB room.
Yeah, definitely, bro. That DB room is like
or corner.
Well, just period, man. Because it's like they're gonna bring more people and they're gonna draft people too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been meeting with all these DBs for these top 30 visits.
Yeah, man, they not done yet. They didn't get Gilmore. They like, all right, we ain't get Gilmore, we'll get Young. We'll get Young. And I kind of like that, man. If they can do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying?
I still want Jimmy Smith, man.
I love from the Ravens, right?
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. I've always been a fan of
him. Good veteran. Bring that boy in. Bring him in. Simple as that. Amik.
Man. Well, I think Amik is going to be the odd man out, bro.
No, most definitely. But you look at that competition, right? We have a guy that, I think that Rock Yasin, a.k.a. Lock Yasin, I think that he will be our number one corner. But Averett, Mullen, and Rock Yasin, they're all fighting for that job right now. Obviously, right now, I feel like I got one person penciled in above others, but I think that Trayvon Mullen should be able to compete for that spot. Same as Anthony Everett coming off his best year. Same with Rock Yasin. These guys are all going to be able to compete. I feel like when it comes down to our slot corner, I mean, we know we got in Nate Hobbs. That dude's a baller. But at the same time, it sounded like Josh McDaniels wanted him to have a opportunity to rock out on the outside. So we're going to see a lot of competition there. I feel like another spot where we could see some competition is that wide receiver 2, that second wide receiver 2 role, right? Yeah. Demarcus Robinson coming from the Chiefs, he was kind of like that fourth option over there, right? We haven't seen too much out of Brian Edwards, and we lost Zay Jones. So we do need that number 2.
I think they could get that guy in the draft to post June 1st too. But I don't think that is much of a competition between Robinson and Edwards, man, because Robinson is super inconsistent, man. He really is. And I think that Brian Edwards is a guy. Yeah, Edwards is more inconsistent based off of the way they used him. I think with these guys, they kind of simplify stuff. And having Devontae Adams on the field just opens everything up for Brian Edwards.
It just opens the door for him. But
you don't know what's gonna really happen now. That's one of the reasons why I think they need to go out there and kind of get some more speed. Because that's the one thing that this wide receiving core is missing. They need some speed in that room.
Most definitely. Shout out to Omar. He says, I keep hearing that Patrick Graham wants to see Hobbs on the outside. Why? Listen, well, if you look at his Illinois tape, personally, him on the outside just didn't look too good. Him on the outside in his Illinois film just didn't look too good, but his film on the inside at Illinois looked pretty damn good. So I feel like that's why we drafted him. But if Patrick Graham sees something that he can unlock out of Nate Hobbs on the outside, I I could understand it, right? Because
Yeah,
it's a lot harder to get that true number one on the outside than it is to get somebody that can play on the inside.
bro.
And it's
I think it's a matter of of teaching because he got the speed, he has the size, he's aggressive enough. He could
mm-hmm.
be a Pro Bowl corner, bro. He really can, man.
Oh, for sure,
He
for sure.
definitely can. He doesn't have to just stay in the nickel. I kind of feel like, and not to make a baseball reference, like when you ever see in baseball where there's a relief pitcher and everybody's like, I would love to see what he can do if we elevated him to a starter. And they elevate that
I don't
relief
know what
pitcher
a
to a
relief
starter.
pitcher is.
Yeah, but for the people who do watch baseball, you elevate that relief pitcher to a starter and it doesn't work out. And then when you bring him back to relief pitcher, he gets shelled and he's no good anymore. I kind of get worried about moving guys around, like moving guys from I was
I can
talking about like moving guys from right tackle to left tackle, or left tackle to right tackle. I get worried about that because it
okay,
kind of throws them off their square. But I guess that if they see something in Hobbs, they work with him every day. They know better than we do.
right, right, exactly. And I agree with that point for sure. I'm also not the biggest fan of moving guys around too often. That's not really what I do. But at the same time, you look at New England's track record, that's kind of what they do. They want to be able to get a guy that, all right, we got an injury here. We don't want the drop off to be too large. So what I feel like could be happening here is maybe what they want to see out of Hobbs is you're going to have that starting role on the inside, but if Rock, Mullen, or Anthony Averett are having a bad game, we could say, you know what, Hobbs? The Pro Bowler that we see in you, we see it on the outside as well. Go play the rest of the game on the outside. We'll slide somebody on the inside, and you can rock out for the rest of the game. I
All right.
kind of feel like maybe that'll be the thing.
You know what the best case scenario is for me?
What's up?
Hobbs can show the kind of production he had in the nickel on the outside. Now you got a star on the outside. You
Yes.
got Lockout Center on the other side. You got Averett and all of them guys that you can bring in different packages. You can trade Mullen. You can trade Marcus. You can bring in Marcus Jones and put him in a nickel.
Here's my thing though, because I love Nate Hobbs, and pause. The only reason why I don't really want us to move him all the way on the outside is because really, I feel like he is probably one of the top, if not the top, run defender at that slot position.
He
He is
definitely is.
a very, very, very good run defender when it comes to filling them gaps in the run game, bro. He is he is aggressive. He wants to make the tackle. And I love that, bro. How many years were the Raiders and us as fans complaining like, bro, we got these corners that don't like to get their nose dirty. This
Shit,
man
we
likes
had a little ass dude at safety, Eric Harris, getting
yeah, fucking
steamrolled by
Garyon Conley,
motherfuckers.
bro.
Oh, Gary, oh my god, man, he was
Dude,
frail as hell.
shout out, you know what? Shout out to Gruden and Mayock for getting a third round fucking pick for trading that motherfucker, bro. Houston, you're fucking idiots. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. But shout out to Pirate. Also a good question. He says, do y'all think Kuntz will play more on the outside linebacker or defensive end this year? I'll let you start with that one.
You know what, man? I think he's gonna play outside linebacker because I don't think he was able to keep that weight on. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't. I don't like. I got to see what he looks like, man. But from what I've heard, he hasn't been able to keep that weight on. They got to use him, based off his size at that outside linebacker.
That's where I want to see him at, though. That's where I want to see him at, honestly. I want to see him at that outside linebacker position. Because let me tell you this. Just think of a five-man rush in that 3-4, where you got Chandler Jones at one outside linebacker, you got Kuntz at the other outside linebacker, you got Max and Nichols at the defensive ends. Or no, you got Max and Clee at the D ends, and then you got Nichols at that nose. And that's a mean five-man rush. That is a mean five-man rush. And we
Yeah, you talking
know,
about bull rush up the middle, Nichols all day long.
Him, Klee, oh man. But think about it. We know how versatile you can get with this 3-4, right? So let's say that you have Kuntz standing up as an outside linebacker. You can say, all right, Kuntz, when this ball gets snapped, you're gonna show coverage, 2 seconds, you're rushing the passer. Because that's things that Graham has done. He'll show a blitz or he'll show no blitz, and then he'll just send the guy out of an awkward angle and he'll get free because it's that unexpected. So I would love to see that. Obviously, you could take Kuntz out of that and put Frackrell in. You could do a lot of things. And this is why I feel like a lot of the nation really wanted us to take that step into moving into that 3-4 mode because it's a lot more versatile. And I know I don't think you were too on it before because I don't think you had your channel yet. Were you one of the people that wanted to change into a 3-4, or do you kind of want to, play it out in that 4-3?
No, I wanted to change to a 3. That is what's happening in the league right now. It makes you more versatile, man. It just does. I like uneven sets up front. You know what I mean? I like it. I like my defense to have layers to it and levels to it. I've always been a big 3-4 guy because I remember even back in the day in the 90s when the Pittsburgh Steelers was running that, I used to really like what they were doing with that. With Dick LeBeau, always like Dick LeBeau is a guy that when I look at a defense coordinator, I'm like, yo, that's a defensive coordinator. Dick LeBeau was great at what he did. You know what I mean? He always ran that 3-4, man. And he was a guy like not like a Buddy Ryan, where Buddy Ryan was like a one-trick pony kind of. Oh yeah, I know. We fucking destroyed the nation's faith in him. But just from a coaching standpoint, I hate the Steelers. But from a coaching standpoint, the things that
You
Dick
got to
LeBeau was
respect
able
it.
to do, you got to respect it. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely a 3-4 guy. I'm always a 3-4 guy.
Now,
And
now,
listen, we're never gonna really be in our base defense a lot
yeah.
because the fact that we have the kind of defense coordinator who adjusts his game plan based off of the team,
Yep.
it's a team specific game plan. So I feel like a
Yep.
lot of this stuff is really much to do about nothing.
Now I'm gonna be honest, Wasted. Now you might call me crazy. I actually wanted to sustain that 4-3, and the reason why is because I was just so over the moon on the fact that the Raiders could have possibly brought in Matt Eberflus as a head coach. And I was like, listen, what I'm seeing in Indianapolis, the way he's teaching that football over there on that defensive side of the ball, and he's running out of a 4-3, whew, I wanted that bad.
Yeah,
I
man.
wanted that
You
so
just
bad.
sound like Mike Tomlin and shit.
I
He
was
said the
like,
way he played that football.
it's like, bro,
Will
I
somebody
wanted
get this man a helmet so he can play some football?
it was like I wanted that so bad. He said, I want a 4-3. I prefer a 4-3. I could see Graham running the 4-3 over that looks like a 3-4. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. He said, wasted talent. Great point on Dick LeBeau. Facts. Wasted only speak facts, man. So, but besides
Appreciate that.
yesterday, no.
Yo, man, listen, bro.
Shout out to my brother Graham. We got over
Oh,
230.
grab in the place. Grab what it is, man.
We got over 230, y'all, man. Hit that like button, man. Let's see. But I seen this, right? And with what we heard coming out of our coaches, our head coach, saying that he's gonna give Alex Leatherwood that chance to revisit. Do
You're
you
gonna give him
think?
enough rope to hang himself, though. That's the thing about it's the caveat that people ain't
Okay,
picking up.
okay. So let me ask you this, because I know how you feel. But do you think come week one, Alex Leatherwood will be a starter at right tackle?
At right tackle,
Because he's gonna get his chance to revisit.
yeah. You know what, man? I would say he'd be at right guard. I would say he'd be at right guard, man. And I think what's gonna happen is I
Even with
think
Carmen Brasillo. Because shout out
he,
to Graf, he put on a great show talking about Carmen Brasillo. Do you
Carmelo
think
is a great coach, man. But I think that they're so comfortable with the guy that they coach. They're very, very th-
Illuminar?
yeah,
Okay,
listen, they are very, very, very they like to be familiar with what they're getting. You
okay.
know what I mean? I would love to see I would like to see Alex Leatherwood at right tackle, but I think the way that Alex Leatherwood's skill set translates to him being a strong like all pro guard. I think he'd been all pro guard, like the kind of frame he has and how strong he is and stuff like that. And he doesn't have great feet. I could see him being a dominant
Oh,
guard.
whoa. He doesn't have great feet. He got
Not
phenomenal feet.
Yo, I don't think so, bro. I mean, and what I mean by
His
feet
footwork
is
is fantastic.
no, his footwork is fantastic. Let me say, I said that I kind of phrased that wrong. What I mean with feet is that he doesn't have the kind of feet where he stays in his stance. He makes a lot of false starts. He commits a lot of penalties. I frame that
Got
the wrong
happy
way.
feet. Got
Yes, he
happy
has
feet.
happy feet. So
Okay.
he's not the kind of
So
guy
you're
that's
not
going to
talking
stay in
about
his
his
stance.
technique. You're
No,
talking
not his
about
technique.
okay.
No, I'm talking about him screwing up. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I don't think that's going to happen as much at guard
Okay.
because he's trying to get off so he can get back.
Yeah.
And
No,
you know
no,
what I
that's
mean?
valid. That's valid.
I think him, and I noticed that throughout the season, he was committing like less penalties at guard, but they were like at the wrong time, man.
Yes.
That he made like he was just a drive killer, man. So I mean, I really, really would love to see him at right tackle. I think he's gonna be a guard. I think Illuminor is gonna be our right tackle if they don't get someone else. And I think
Okay.
that Denzel Good is gonna be our left guard.
Interesting. Do you think with the Luminar only being 27 years old, there could be a future role outside of just this season? A future role for a Luminar at that spot, though? Or do you think it's kind of just like a band aid year? You came back.
Look, anybody can play their way into a contract, man. Like why
Sure.
would you get rid of a guy if it ain't broke? Don't fix it. You know what I mean? If he plays at a coherent level at right tackle, and you're getting him on the cheap, and he's a guy that you develop, why would you get rid of that guy? It's all about in-house production, man. Like, and I really, really think, yeah, and Jermaine Somerville, you're right, man. His build is prototypical for a right tackle. He needs to
Mm-hmm.
work on hand placement and power. I mean, he's super
Nah,
powerful, man.
he
But he
needs to
needs to
work
work on
on
the
that.
head. He needs to work
But
on his
but
head,
but look,
man.
that's something that a lot of us should be excited for, right? Um, the Patriots don't have a top 10 offensive line every year because they're not disciplined. They're an extremely disciplined football team. They're an extremely disciplined football team, and we always say it, man. It all starts in the trenches. It ends in the trenches. So you're only gonna go as far as what they bring you, bro. We saw it this year. We saw it this year. So with Carmen Basillo coming in, hope that out of the he's not Leatherwood, just in general, can kind of drop a little bit. Now I seen somebody say that why would Leatherwood be playing tackle if you brought back Parker and Illuminor? Well, let's be honest. I don't think anybody in here is confident in Parker's ability at that right tackle position. I'm fine with him being a left tackle backup, but his technique, if we're talking about technique here, just doesn't fit for a right tackle. It's not natural for him. It doesn't work there at
Yeah,
all.
and people talk about putting Brandon Parker at guard. I can't see him playing guard. I
No,
can
he's
see
too big, he's too
I can
tall.
see Jermaine Illuminor playing guard. I can't
Yes,
see
Jermaine for sure.
I can't see I see Brandon Parker being what Denzel Good was, the kind of the Swiss Army knife, going up and down offensive line for injuries and stuff like that. They paying them a lot of money though, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? So
Shout out to Junior says this is frame not thick enough. Brandon Parker or Leatherwood? Leatherwood, nah, he's built. That boy in the gym, man.
that
That
boy
boy in the
that
gym.
boy looked like the damn do like Thanos and shit, bro.
But look, because I heard you say that Denzel Good will start at that left guard position, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. I have to. I was saying the same thing, but I think that John Simpson might get that job still.
Cause you saw the way he manhandled our boy.
But he was killing that
Yo,
dude.
he
Now,
manhandled that boy,
no,
man.
but because of two things, right? And it all started with last year. When these voluntary OTAs happened last year and they were doing the weightlifting, what was the reports coming out as? He is the strongest player on the Raiders roster. He is that guy that can pump the most iron. And
Yeah,
obviously,
man.
sometimes that doesn't always translate to the football field. But one thing I will say, and shots of tape don't lie because they dropped a good film on this too. When I'm looking at John Simpson, bruh, I'm just looking at a guy that needs his technique to be refined because he could play some ball. But dude, the it kills me. You look at John Simpson. This dude loves just grabbing the dudes outside of his shoulder pads. Like, listen, man, you are wearing the silver and black. That shit is gonna get called every single time. Get in between and under that chest plate and go to work. Because if you can, and he gets them little grapplers on you. Him being the strongest man probably on the field, he'll do some damage to you, man. He'll
Yeah,
do some damage.
and it's crazy because it's like we have so much riding on this season,
Mm-hmm.
but normally you would really just go back out there with Leatherwood and Simpson and develop them and just see where
Yes,
you're at. That's what you
yes,
would do normally. We
yes.
just really don't have the latitude to do that, man. Like Derek Carr, you got to win now. You got to win. You got to come in.
I feel like we're not doing that because he's on his last season, right? Maybe if Derek Carr had another 3 years, then maybe it would be like, yeah, we could throw him back out there.
I don't think so, man, because these guys have to establish a winning culture in Las Vegas. They didn't swing. They didn't swing big on Devontae Adams to come out here and be 7-10.
Mm-hmm.
They did that to improve on where they were last year.
No, that's
They have a
fact.
lot to prove. The Raiders fan base is not dealing with that. We were just in the playoffs. Listen, it's like being with a woman, right? Women don't go back. Once you get them to a certain level, they're not going back. If you had them driving around and you were dating them and you had them in a Honda Accord and you marry them and you have them in Beamers and Benzes, they don't want to
Not
go
going
back
back
to them
to the
Hondas.
Honda.
And that's the mistake I made with my wife.
No.
It's a mistake I made with my wife, yo. I start buying German cars. Now she don't know. Oh, I don't like the. We get a rental car or something. We go somewhere. What is this?
What is this? I'm dead. Shout out to Ghost to the Post. He says, wish I could go to the draft party with draft party you guys are doing, but I have to work. If I quit, will you guys fund me? Red Nation. Listen, Ghost to the Post. All we ask from you, Ghost, is that you'll tune into the live. That you'll
That's
tune
right.
into the live.
We'll bring you out there. We bring you out there. You got to live off of Woodson whiskey the whole time.
Listen, if and Shaq, this is a good time to talk about it because we got over 230 y'all in the room, man. If you guys are not making the trip out to Vegas, tune into the live. We'll be covering it all, the whole draft. We will be covering it all. But if you do want to meet and stay with all of the Red Nation out there in Vegas during the draft, slide to the Ahern Hotel, man. We will be there. Shout out to Wasted Graph. They've been working like, man, they've been
Listen,
working like crazy behind the scenes, man.
let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of people in Vegas that they're doing things now. At first, a lot of people were saying they weren't. We always were going to tap in with y'all because that's what it's about for us, right? But what you understand is that it costs a lot of money to party in Vegas, right? Not saying y'all don't have y'all bread. I'm sure y'all are caked up, right? But what I will say is that the party with us costs you next to nothing, and you get to rock out with the livest crew in the Raider Nation. I'm saying it. I'm calling it. I'm being a little arrogant. We the livest crew.
Not arrogant, confident.
Yes, sir.
Simple.
The
Simple.
livest crew, bar none. Y'all get to rock out with the mayor. Y'all get to rock out with your boy Wasted. Y'all get to rock out with the young Professor Andy, and y'all get to rock out with Hammer, the orator of chaos from the Beast Coast. Listen, man, it gets no better than that. Trust me. Come on down to the Ahern, kick it with us.
Hey,
no matter what, and we gonna bring people. We gonna kick it. Y'all gotta see how great of an experience it is. But definitely come through.
yes.
As
And if
Docs
you'll
would
be there,
say,
man,
facts plus what?
tax, motherfucker.
That's right. That's right.
You have to add the motherfucker at the end of there because he wouldn't say it without the motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm
there's a lot of
sure.
MFs.
Yeah, simple as that. But yes, and to add on that, man, flag football game. Another thing that we'll be doing out there. We'd love to have you guys there. We'd love to have you guys there. It's gonna be real family vibes, all that kind of stuff. We just having fun, throwing around pigskin. Wasted. Where's the football, man?
Oh man, I was actually outside.
Oh, he had it for 7 lives in a row, just throwing that motherfucker. He forgot it.
Yo, I had rock outside. I was throwing it to my nephew. Came
Listen,
through, man. I left it on my
yeah,
deck.
man.
I gotta go get it.
Shout out to Ryan says I have to work, my
Trying to get
brothers.
this, trying to
Wish
get
I
this
could.
arm right.
Oh, trying to warm up and shit. Okay.
Shit, man. I gotta get these old bones back moving again, man. I done put on 15 pounds. I'm not moving the way I need to. I gotta go out there and move a little bit, bro.
Sheesh. Shout out to Ryan. He says, I have to work, my brothers. Wish I could make it out to Vegas for the draft. Would love to meet y'all, but I'll watch the live for sure. And that's all we ask. You cannot make it. Tune in. Tune
Tap
in,
in with
man.
us like y'all always do. We
Always.
understand, bro. We listen, man.
The nation's a working nation, man. I always say that, bro. So if you can't tap in, if you can't come, bro, just do what you usually do, Ryan. That's enough for us, man. We appreciate that. Simple as that, man.
I'm trying to
Simple.
fix. I'm trying to fix my lighting. My lighting's kind of dope. I love it.
Oh, he said honey's in the chat. Come on, man. Let's
Ain't no
see.
real honeys, man. The
Let,
bots
let-
in the chat.
listen, because somebody said this. When I was looking at Carmen Brasillo and the way he ran his offensive line, I feel like he kind of goes week to week as well with Josh McDaniels.
Mhm.
It doesn't really look like, we had Tom Cable in 2020 run that power scheme with Gruden. And then this last year, he tried to run a different zone gap scheme and it changed some shit up. It kind of fucked it up, right? It helped Andre James, I feel like, but, you know,
To
whatever.
be honest with you, that's the guy I'm worried about on offensive line. He's
Really,
the guy.
Andre.
He's the guy I'm most concerned about.
Oh, what's good, Hammer?
You're
Hammy McHammerstein.
Hold on. What the fuck?
you just kick every
I don't know what the fuck. Go ahead, Hammer.
you're
Yo, what's good, brother?
shit at work, hour number 14, 15. Oh, you got the webcam thoughts in here too? That's dope.
Bro, it's because of you,
It's because of
bro.
you. We knew you were. They knew you were backstage.
Those bitches,
They
man.
knew it.
You know who else likes the webcam thoughts?
Shout out to Kenny.
What's good, thotties?
Hey, Coach Gruden likes the webcam thoughts.
Okay.
Hey, man. Hey, Andy, man. I know a
What's
lot
good?
of people say they don't like when I show up on the show. But you know what I say? Fuck them.
Yeah,
Fuck
facts.
Fuck them against the wall. Fuck them in the elevator. Just fuck them. Fuck them.
Fuck them against the wall with handcuffs on and crazy glue on their lips.
That's what I wanted to say. I kind of forgot what Bernie Mac said.
What you do?
I forgot what Bernie Mac said. Thank you, Hammer.
That's
Listen,
my
man.
kid.
I wanted to say one thing, man. I love you, brother. But I was thinking I wanted to fuck JoJo Siwa, man. She gonna be in Vegas?
Who?
JoJo, I don't even know who the fuck JoJo Siwa is, but somebody said it's somebody I should be fucking. I got $100 million. Why not?
Oh my God. Yo, shout out to the chat, y'all. Shout out to the nation. Much love to everybody in here right now.
Hey,
Yo.
Hammer,
Yo,
got a question.
got an answer.
I like that. So, last year when OTA started, my guy that I felt like it had to show up was John Johnson for these voluntary OTAs. Who is the number one guy that you think has to be here, even though it's not mandatory?
Brian Edwards.
Brian Edwards. I like that.
Oh my God, she's 15. Coach Gruden's a pedophile. Coach Gruden out.
Coach Gruden out. So your guy is Brian Edwards, right?
Yup.
Did I ask you yours, Wasted?
No.
Who is the number one guy?
I just threw up in my mouth when I found out that kid was 15 years old. I don't even know who the fuck that is. I just heard the name and think it's funny. Yo. Oh my God. All right, now what happened?
Who is the number one guy that was on the roster last year that you think, even though it's voluntary, needs to be here for these OTAs starting Monday?
Oh my God, Alex Leatherwood.
Alex Leatherwood.
Alex Leatherwood. Oh yeah.
I like that one right there. Alex Leatherwood. So when we're looking at this, right? He said Brian Edwards, said Alex Leatherwood. Even though we were just talking about Andre James, I'm gonna go on the opposite side of the ball. Go on defense. I'm gonna say Trayvon Mullen. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say he needs to be there, man. Last year of your rookie deal, you want that contract. You saw what hard work does. You seen Mad Max get that deal. Trayvon Mullen this Monday when voluntary OTAs begin. Trayvon Mullen needs to be 10 toes on that fucking turf or grass. I don't know what the fuck they got over there. He needs to
Grass.
be out there. Grass. So that's just what I think, man. That's just what I think. Mullen has to be there, right? You also got, Wasted gave him a new name. You got Laki Yasin. He's also in the last year of his deal.
Yep.
He needs to be out there. Well, he'll obviously be out there, right?
I think majority of the vets, y'all really want this to. You want to have a good run this year. Y'all want to fucking click on all cylinders. All the vets need to be there. Fuck that. Voluntary and not all the vets need to be there right now.
But it's why I love Kenny, bro. He's just straight up.
He's right. I'm worried about Andre James, bro. Like everybody,
he's just straight up.
You're not the only one, though. A lot of people are questioning Andre James right now, and rightfully so. But at the same time, we saw the tape. And Andy's tape never lies. We saw him getting bitched around the first couple of games of the season.
Listen. They signed Bilal Nichols so he wouldn't bitch him out anymore.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. When I went through the Baltimore Ravens film when it first came out this last season, I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I've never seen this in the history of offensive line.
Here we go.
I never seen it in the history of offensive linemen in the NFL. Andre James was the first ever offensive lineman to get pancaked. He wasn't pancaking motherfuckers. He got pancaked.
He was part of the pancake party.
That dude was laying back on his ass on the goal line. It was just ridiculous. But that's another reason why we need to bring in Calais Campbell, because goddamn, Calais Campbell did Andre James
dirty.
So dirty, bro. That was bad. That was bad. Facts. Sam, that motherfucker Calais Campbell said, I hop. That motherfucker. Omar says Andre James is undersized. This is the thing. Andre James, I feel like his frame is built for the modern day of football, and that's passing the ball. But that's going to have to change now that you have Josh McDaniels. And come Monday, because I'm assuming during OTAs, they got to weigh them in and all that stuff, right? See where they're at?
Yeah, the whole, phase one of this is physical rehab and weight training. Training, strength and conditioning, that's all it is the first 2 weeks.
Okay, so with that being said, then, if Andre James goes in and he weighs in at 280, and then fucking McDaniels is like, hold on, you need another 15 pounds, bro, minimum. I feel like, to me, that indicates on how much we actually want to run the ball. Because, oh, man, this man, Josh McDaniels, he don't shy away from running that rock.
Yeah, that's the thing. I talked about this the other day. This is a very, very run-heavy offensive scheme. The thing is, it's going to take a load off of Carr. The passing game, you'll see a lot of different intricate things as well. You'll see the 2 tight end sets. You'll see empty gun every once in a while as well to open everything up. But they are primarily a very run-heavy offensive scheme.
Yep. But I'm gonna have to give a little bit of pushback on that, because I don't think that this is a run. Okay, when you say run heavy, do you mean run heavy or run first? Because there's a difference, in my opinion.
Run heavy.
Okay, yeah, because Gruden's offense was a run-first offense. Gruden wanted to establish that run. But what I'm going to say is, when it comes down to Josh McDaniels, he's literally the Patrick Graham of the offense, bro. He will change.
Say Gruden.
He will change week to week, bro. He will switch week to week. And you know what? A lot of y'all are probably going to leave the live when I say this.
Uh-oh.
Kenyon Drake is gonna have a better season than Josh Jacobs, man.
Oh,
Why the fuck? Why would we leave it alive? That's like, wait, why would we leave it alive, man? That's a fact.
wow.
And the reason why I say this, you guys, the reason why I say this is because when you look at who we just picked up, Brandon Bolden, the motherfucker had 600 yards from scrimmage this year. 450 was out of the pass game.
Right.
Kenyon Drake,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do Brandon Bolden dirty, but let's just say he's more than Brandon Bolden. So when I'm looking at this roster, man, when it comes down to Jacobs, when it comes down to what we're trying to do with the offensive line, I think that Andre James will be okay. I'm not as worried in Andre James as I am as you guys, but I think that overall, where we need to see the most improvement is left guard and right tackle, whether it's most improvement with Simpson or whether that's just plugging in good at the left guard position. And right tackle, I mean, that just needs to be resolved.
Denzel Good is our most skilled lineman, though. He's not. He does some things on the line, like technique wise, man. That even Colt Miller can't do. That's the reason why he's so versatile. You can pretty much put him at every position on the line because he's so talented. Denzel Good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm convinced, especially after looking at some stuff on this kid out of Kentucky, Kennard, that he would be a good fit at the left guard position, and you kick Denzel Good to the right tackle position. Like, I'm not even being funny about that shit.
Look, well, why would you want to do that? And then now you have to put Alex Leatherwood at right
Kennard, because I think Leatherwood is going to be fine at right guard. I think with this kid Kennard, he is a left tackle. But if he's drafted by us and Carmen Brasillo gets a hold of him, this dude can play anywhere on the offensive line. But I think he would be better fit right now, knowing that we have Colton Miller at left tackle, to put him at the left guard position and kick Denzel Good to the right tackle position.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? Because me and Wasted, we said this immediately when we saw that we brought in Jamari Salyer for a top 30 visit, or that we wanted to bring him in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our initial reaction was, fuck, holy shit, this dude is Gabe Jackson 2.0, but he plays on the left side. So I understand that Josh McDaniels said that he feels like a lot of what's on this offensive line and on this roster in general is not completely to their max potential. And I agree with that 110%.
Mm-hmm.
But for him to say that, then go out and the only offensive lineman that we've met with in the combine, we didn't meet with no offensive lineman. In the free agency period, Ziegler kind of hinted at we met with some guys, but the cookie didn't crumble our way. The only offensive lineman, and at the only position that we've met with, is the guard position, coincidentally on the left side. So
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying is I would love for John Simpson to flourish. I believe we used our 4th round pick on him. I think he was exactly pick 100 or something. Oh no, that was Tanner Muse. John Simpson was a 5th round pick, I believe. But I still think a 5th round pick is a high investment for an interior offensive lineman.
I agree.
So
why do you think that's a high investment, bro?
Because it's an interior guy. It's not an outside guy. I feel like when you go out and you put your first two, a round 1, round 2 guy for your tackle, that's a high investment. But for an interior offensive lineman, if you look at all of our offensive linemen right now, that's not Alex Leatherwood because he was drafted to play tackle. Andre was undrafted. Simpson was a 5th rounder. Before that, our offensive guard, when Leatherwood was playing, was Denzel Good, and I'm not too sure where Denzel Good went in the draft. But I think that when you're talking about interior players, you can get starters in the 5th round, and in 3rd, 4th.
But I don't think it's not really, to me. It's not a draft value. It's what you need, and what kind of prospect you're talking about, right? Because like Quentin Nelson is a first round pick, and he's an interior lineman. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And
but
there
I
are a
feel
lot of
like
centers.
he's like a unicorn though, right? Because when the Colts, what's his name, dude retired that played left tackle for them for many years. The Colts asked him to play left tackle for 8 games. So it's like Quentin Nelson is like he's that unicorn dog. Like he could
But
do everything.
but
He could play
Quentin
center.
Nelson, you know his draft day comp was
Mm,
John Hanna. I mean, like, bro, John Hanna is one of the greatest guards of all time. Like it's a small list of guards, right? And it's
yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
it's like John Hanna and like Gene Upshaw. Like,
You,
you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers like that,
Rated
bro.
legend, Gene Upshaw, man, rated legend.
Yeah, bro. So it's like, I don't think you can view it from that prism. It all depends on what your need is positionally and what kind of talent we're talking about. So I don't think that a 5th-round pick for anybody, because there's only 7 picks in the draft, is not. I don't think a 5th-round draft pick is too hard for any positional group. I just think that it's more so what kind of guard. Like, I'd have no problem with us if we had a 2nd-round pick taking Green with a 2nd-round pick.
Who's Zion? What's his name?
Zion
Zion Johnson. Or you're
Zion
talking about
Johnson and then in the Green.
Kenyon Dream. Kenyon
Kenyon,
Dream?
oh my God, I get them mixed up because you got the kid from Boston College.
Yeah.
The one from Boston College. We've been looking at so many
Or
guys.
Zion Johnson. But he's gonna be a probably a late first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if we had a 2nd-round pick and he fell in the 2nd, I'd have no problem with that. And
No,
that's
for
a guard. So that's what I'm saying. So I feel like I think it's more so about when you talk about 5th-round down, it's about getting value. Like wherever you pick, whatever positional group, whether it's a safety, a guard, a receiver, whatever, it's more so about value, so that you make sure that the guy that you're picking is a guy that's definitely going to make the roster.
Well, the reason why I have said that it's a high investment is because at the end of the day, I feel like anybody that you feel is going to start is a high investment, right? Because he's making that 53-man roster. That's a roster spot that you can have elsewhere, right? And we drafted John Simpson to be Richie Incognito's replacement. Well, Richie Incognito didn't play football last year. So maybe last year was a little bit premature because we brought back Richie to be that starter. So maybe that last year that he just played, maybe it was a little bit too premature for him, right? But this next season, this was supposed to be his starting year. Like, this was the year that he was going to play football full time for us. Yeah. So I feel like by this year, it's just kind of weird to me that we haven't touched up at no position on that O-line besides bringing back our own guys.
Yep.
Whether it was in combine, free agency, or what we missed on guys in free agency, that's what Ziegler said. But the only position we looked at is that left guard position with Jamar Salyer out of Georgia.
Well, we got to
I
look
wouldn't
at
mind having Salyer here either. He's another dude that could be a very solid guard in this league. I think, yeah, I do think so too.
Well, I think the reason why that is because John Simpson is the most expendable piece. He's the most expendable piece because he's the most expendable piece because, yo, Alex Leatherwood, let's be for real here. We do live in the real world, and we understand that Alex Leatherwood is a 1st-round pick, and with that 1st-round pick comes a 1st-round cap hit.
Yes,
we can't just totally just sit him on the bench. It's not advantageous to the rest of what we have going on, because if he's a net negative and he's sitting on a bench and he's not playing, you got to go and go get another guy. Then the hit is even doubled in that.
For sure.
So John Simpson being drafted as low as he is, he's the odd man out. Colt Miller's an entrenched starter. The way they paid Andre James, he's an entrenched starter. You know what I'm saying? Denzel Good is a guy that, he can play wherever you need him to play. He's still hurt, but you can play. So John Simpson is the guy, if you're going to circle anybody and be like, we can afford, if we're going to get better, it's not going to hurt us to sit John Simpson down and for him to be a backup because he's a 5th-round pick.
Wait, you meant John Simpson or Andre James?
John Simpson. I said Andre James, you can't just sit Andre. They paid him already. They paid him. And I know, and I know, and then he had some continuity with Carr and everything. If you can avoid it, you would definitely want to not change a center another year, right? The
For
only
sure.
guy you would want to do that for is a Tyler Linderbaum. Tyler
Yep.
Linderbaum will definitely not be there when it's
Or
time for us to
or
pick.
Chris Lindstrom.
Chris
Chris
Lindstrom
Lindstrom.
is an animal from Boston College.
That boy, no, he's not from Boston.
Boston College.
Is Boston the one with the? It may be Boston. You know what? You might be right on that one. I think it may be. But look, this is why I wanted to bring this up. Jamari Salyer,
That's my guy.
31 reps at that 225. That boy's not messing around, man.
How many reps?
31 reps at 225. They got him at their prospect grade for him is good backup with the potential to develop as a starter. But right now, let's look at his weaknesses, right? Because this is a guy that we're meeting with. High
Yeah,
cut
I mean,
with
I'm
below
thinking
average
about Chris
flexibility.
Lindstrom that's already in the league that plays for the Falcons.
Yeah. No, but his brother, his younger brother, he
No, because
has
you
a
got
younger
Alec
brother that's in the
Lindstrom.
draft. Alec Lindstrom, I'm sorry.
You got
Yeah,
Alec
yeah,
Lindstrom. Because
yeah.
Chris
His
Lindstrom. That's
brother.
why I said. That's why I said Boston College. I'm like
No, yeah.
Boston College.
Alex Lindstrom, his brother. He's a good interior offensive lineman. He's a center though. He's a center. But look, we're meeting with Salyer. So these are some negatives on Salyer when we're looking at him, right? It says high
He's
cut.
also at BC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. It says high cut with below average flexibility, pops into straight legged positions off the snap. That is bad. That is how you get beat with them elite pass rushers in the middle. Stiff lower half presents lateral block success. So pretty not too good is what I'm hearing in these zone gap running schemes. Often leads with his helmets before hands and feet. I mean, some of the nastiest offensive linemen do that, but
Yeah.
um,
This is bullshit.
might not have leverage needed as a run blocking guard. Feet get too close on pass lines. Mirroring can be labored and slow. Unable to sink and anchor when needed. Athletic rusher will find success to his edges.
You know what I'm getting from that? He's stiff.
Yeah,
He's a,
that's they said stiff in 5 different ways.
yeah. He's a goon. Put him at guard. Done. He's a goon. That's what I think about. That's what I think about our boy. That's what I think about our boy Leatherwood. He's a big old country goon. Put him at guard.
Okay.
Because you know the problem with Leatherwood's game, and it's the reason why he wasn't a good right tackle. It's not the feet, it's his hands. You gotta be like a boxer when you're a left tackle.
Or no,
You
tackle.
gotta come around, you got them shoulders and stuff, right? Because you don't want to, when you're a left tackle or right tackle, as soon as you open your hips up, that guy's around you. So you wanna keep your hands and keep him ahead of you. You want to get up under him. You know what I'm saying? You got to box with him.
But this is from what I saw with Leatherwood. It was his hands, but also the way that with the way that he played. He leaned too far forward, right? I'm not
Yeah,
too sure why.
he's like it's
Yeah.
almost like he's a false start waiting to happen.
No, but what I didn't understand though is like the dude probably has the longest arms on the team and at times on the field. I don't know why he feels the need to try and compensate with leaning forward on these pass reps. Homie, your arms are fucking, you look like Elastigirl or whatever the hell her name is from The Incredibles. Bro, punch that man in his chest plate and ride him out into the sunset, bro. But
You
it
know
just
what I
didn't
think a
work.
lot of that was, bro. When he was doing that, they were calling some bullshit on him in the beginning of the season.
They
They were calling some bullshit on him, and I think they got in his head a little bit.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact, Ricardo. Longest arms with plays like a T-Rex. Like, bro, it looked like he was trying to overcompensate for something
Bro, it's
when it came.
crazy. I'm about, I
It
mean
just
to cut
didn't
you
make
off.
sense. It just
It's
didn't make sense.
crazy. You imagine if you gave Robert Gallery Alex Leatherwood's wingspan. That would have been scary. Then he would have been Tony Baselli, like he was supposed to be. Robert
But see,
Gallery was supposed to be Tony Baselli or Jonathan Ogden.
refs ruined him. I think that the calls that they were getting on Leatherwood got into his head, which made it worse. But at the same time, bro, with that mindset though, like you can't let that shit get to you. Like, imagine if DBs played like that, bro. Fucking Jalen Ramsey would be garbage. Like
Yeah, but
the
you
amount of
you
times he
being
got beat, the amount of times he got beat, if he was just like,
bro, you
no,
know the
you
crazy
gotta
thing
be
with us.
cocky, bro. You gotta walk around like, listen, bro, you got me. Fuck you. I'm gonna get you for the rest of the game.
The thing is, when you have refs keying in on you, right, on other teams, you got to multiply that to the first power with the Raiders.
Yes,
It,
yes, for
it,
sure.
it is a bit different, my friend. It is a bit different, and
Do
I
you
think
do you have a favorite interior offensive lineman that the Raiders can go out and get in the third to seventh round?
you know what, man, it's hard because a lot of these guys that they have rated, I don't think they're gonna be there, dude. Like, it's a lot of dudes that they're saying they're gonna like Dylan Parham. Dylan Parham is
Oh no,
not.
he's not gonna be there.
He's not gonna be there, dude. Like they're like, oh, Dylan Parham in his sixth round. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. That
Okay,
guy ain't gonna be
okay.
there.
Let me not talk about interior guys. Do
Let's
you
be
like a tackle?
realistic here.
Do you like a
Tackle,
tackle that we could get?
yeah, it's a couple of
Kellen,
guys.
you like Kellen?
I like Deesh and I like Max Mitchell.
Okay.
Max Mitchell's really I like him and Deesh, but I like Max Mitchell because he's more pro ready.
You like him more?
Yeah, I like Kellen Deesh as a prospect. I think he's probably going to develop to be a better player down the line. But for like the Raider Equinox within the next 2 years, Max Mitchell's the guy we kind of need because he has the weight on already. Deesh is a
Okay.
little lean. He's a little lean
Yeah,
for right tackle.
his frame it needs to be filled a little bit. Pause. I
Listen,
just want to tell you my
you already know, man. I'm staying away from frame talk.
see, but this is this is how you know that when Wasted speaks, he's not spitting out bullshit. What the fuck did Wasted just say? Will eventually be an average starter. That's exactly what Wasted was just saying, bro. He has that weight already. 6'6", 307. This is a good prospect, right? And he's a guy that he actually did pretty damn well at the combine. Obviously, I don't give a shit about this number right here. I could give one fuck about that number. The dude is 307 pounds and is 6'6". I don't care if he ran a 7 flat. I don't.
Yeah. Just you know what I want him to do? I just want him to be like my man Pin Pancaketh and
That
slam people to the ground.
frame talk. I'm dead. That shit's
That's what I
crazy.
said before. Yeah, I was like, yeah. So we gotta chill the frame talk.
And look, check this out, right? Because he's talking about the equinox, right? A lot of that relies on people being healthy. A lot of that relies on people always being available. Well, guess what? What is the number one strength this man has to offer?
Tough and durable.
Team
Tough
leader.
like beef jerky, leather, all kinds of shit that's tough.
Another thing,
Ford
has
tough.
traits and experience to play either tackle position. Initial quicks to make the cutoff and reach blocks, which is very, very good if you are going to run those zone gap schemes. When you are going to be able to get out, slide one hand in the back, make sure that the guard behind you doesn't get beat, and also make the play in front of you. That's good. He says hustles to get feet and hips into position to seal off run lane, kind of like what the fuck I just said. Plays with control short area movement as a run blocker, has well school on hand usage and placement, consistent strain and hustle to stay connected to his block, plenty of side quickness to meet speed off the edge, which we know we got some pass rushers in this division, man. We got some pass rushers in this division.
You know what he is? He's a little less God given. He's a little less gifted. Trevor Penning.
Whoa.
He's a less gifted Trevor Penning.
Holy shit. Is there any okay?
Is there any way Trevor Penning gets to us? I don't think so.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Trevor Penning is
Bro,
a
Trevor
goon,
Penny
bro.
had a fucking 99 overall run block grade, bro. That was
Yeah,
insane.
Trevor Penning is
That's
that's a guy
crazy.
that if I'm gonna be honest with you, if we would have kept our first round pick, I wouldn't have been mad at us taking him. What do
Oh,
I think about Leon O'Neal Jr., the safety from Texas? I think he has the kind of name that sounds like he was a legendary pimp. That's how it sounds to me, man.
what the fuck?
That's what I'm just saying. Hey, bitch. You know I'm motherfucking Leon O'Neal Jr. You better recognize.
Who is a skill position that that for whatever reason, if they made it out the second round and got to the Raiders pick, you would not pass up on skill position.
Mm.
So you got corner,
On the offensive side of the
receiver.
ball, like I said, Penning. Any
No,
of those
skill
line.
position. Skill
Oh
position.
yeah. I'm sorry. Shit, like one of the receivers or something like that.
So let's say David Bell got there, right?
No, I'm cool on David Bell.
Okay, let's say John Mechie got there.
John Mechie, nah.
Okay.
It gotta be Pickens.
Okay,
See,
I like that. I like that. Okay.
Pickens, that's the kind of guy that I'm like, yo, I gotta.
Now I'm about to smack you over the head. Pickens and Abraham Lucas is there.
Abe Lucas, like your life depended on it.
Love it.
Abe Lucas,
Because Lucas, neither of those would be there. Neither of those would be.
Yeah, but there. Abraham Lucas, bro, you talk about a guy that. Listen, bro. There's some. Look, I'm gonna tell you who the guys are in this draft, right?
And you're not about to take credit on Abraham Lucas, bro. I'm sorry. That's been my guy.
No. I'm not. No, listen. There's no credit to be given or taken. What I'm saying is that you got the guys at the top of the draft, like Ekwonu. I think Ekwonu.
Icky, that boy nasty.
I think I think he's the best lineman in this draft.
I will live.
Everybody gonna say Cross. He's the guy. Oh. Quano's the best. He is the best lineman in this draft. I think he's gonna be a fucking all-pro right out the bat. He's probably gonna be the best player in this draft, right? But there's a couple of people. Is Ekwonu is Cross, right? Then after that, there's this little room with Abraham Lucas in it, and I think Abraham Lucas and Trevor Penning can be guys that are fucking high level, high end, Pro Bowl level starters going forward. I really believe that. And I think that this positional group is going to be the group, this and the receivers is going to be the guys down the line that we're going to be talking about from this draft. And I think there's going to be one quarterback that surprises us.
Desmond Ridder.
How the fuck did you know I was about to say that?
We think the same shit, bro.
Bro, everybody's going to say Malik Willis, but Desmond Ridder.
He said, how the fuck did you think that? Hey, great minds think alike, brother.
Bro, how did you know? I was about to be like, Desmond. I was fucking setting my shit all up. You like, yeah, Desmond Ridder, motherfucker. I already know what you about to say. I'm like, man, the fuck?
Great minds think alike, bro. Great minds think alike. It's simple as that. Look, you named some phenomenal guys. Icky, Cross, Penning.
What you think about Cross?
Huh?
What do you think about Cross? I never hear you talk about him, man.
He's a starter. He'll start. But here's what I'll say. You're talking about all those guys. They've been blessed with God-given talent that Abraham Lucas wasn't with. And this is where I think that Abraham Lucas puts himself over anybody in this draft at the tackle position. It's his technique. He has the most refined technique out of all those guys that you just said.
Yeah, he's a technician. He is.
He has the best technique out of every single one of those guys that you said. Above Icky, above Cross, above Penning. He just doesn't have that, that shit that God gave him. He can't control that. But guess what? He will be in this league for a long time.
Yeah. He's just one of them guys that's just going to be starting. And you'll be like, damn, he's still there?
I think so, Sean.
Look, I would love that, bro. I would love if we had guys, we'd be like 6 years from now. Yo, man.
He's still here.
Damn, that motherfucker's nice.
He's like, okay. Ooh. Do you think that there's a player like that on the roster outside of Max?
Right now? Man, I thought Cleve was going to be that guy.
Is it DC?
DC is already that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's beyond that.
So outside of the
wall, I think it's going to be Hunter Renfrow.
Nah, fuck that. No, we know Hunter.
No, I'm just saying. I think Hunter's going to be a lifelong Raider, bro. I really do. He's going to be the new Fred Biletnikoff.
Okay, I'm going to ask the whole chat that. Same thing. 6 years from now, who's a guy that you guys think will still be on this roster, a part of the names that we already know?
I don't think
I'm going to go. Damn. Damn, I really want to say Diablo. I really do.
He's a linebacker though. Linebackers move
I'm
around
gonna
in this
go with
league.
Malcolm Kuntz.
The big coonster.
I'm gonna go with Malcolm Kuntz because
I think Trayvon Merring. Wait a minute, no, Trayvon Merring gonna be here. Come on.
no, for sure. But it's like we're not talking about Hobbs and Merrick. We're talking about the guys. It's like kind of under the radar this year, right? I, Kuntz contract ends the same year that Chandler Jones' contract ends, right? Right? I think so. Yeah. Same year. I think that Chandler Jones end up retiring. I think that Malcolm Kuntz being under Chandler Jones' wing for that many years, I think Malcolm Kuntz will be that guy. This man, Quentin Q just said Denzel Perryman, bro.
Denzel Perryman is 6 years to be retired.
But he'd be retired in 3.
Yeah, I know. He got 4 years left in that body tops.
You know what's fucked up is that name right there would have been, and I know you hated each time I say it would have been Alec Ingold.
Oh my god.
Would have been Alec Ingold for me, man.
It's not. Listen, bro. I don't hate. I liked Alec Ingold,
Ooh,
but I think
that's a good one right there, Kenny Foster. He develops.
I don't think Foster's gonna make it out. I think something's gonna happen with Foster. I don't think he'll make it out of
this
camp.
season.
This season, I don't think he makes it out of this season.
Oh shit!
That's my hot take. I think they're gonna draft somebody to take his.
Hot takes were wasted.
Somebody gonna take his spot. Somebody's gonna take Foster Moreau's spot. I can see it happening, bro. Foster Moreau runs the wrong route a lot. That's the guy you see Derek yelling at the most. You ever notice that?
Foster Moreau?
Listen, for you to play in this system, you have to be smart, bro. And I'm not saying that he's not smart. What I will say is that he doesn't look like he's as acquainted with the playbook as he should be. I think Foster Moreau is going, especially that
Plays clean. Plays clean now. New playbook, new coach, new everything.
Yeah, but they're looking at a tight end, though.
I think that this is what Kenny's looking at. That he's looking at its new beginnings. Do you still think that, even with the new beginnings?
Yeah, bro, because with the new beginnings is the fact remains is you are who you are.
This man said Josh Jacobs.
Josh, come on.
You think Josh gonna be here for 6 years?
Hell no, I think Josh Jacobs got too many kids for that, man.
Bro, oh my god,
Josh Jacobs is the Sam Adams of the NFL, man. But if I got 12 kids, nah, I'm fucking out. Somebody would start that rumor. Is that true? Is he the Antonio Cromartie of this era?
Bro, I never cared enough to look that up, bro. If he got 7 kids, 12 kids, 15 kids, or even just 1, I don't care.
Man, he's been beefing.
I really don't, bro. Like,
listen,
have as many as you want. Yeah.
Foster, the new Gronk, yeah, whatever.
Hey, but imagine that happens.
Bro,
okay. We're gonna finish this out because we've been on here for almost an hour and a half. We're gonna finish this out with this camp, with this new scheme. It could be on offense or defense. Who do you think will grow the most from having this new staff?
Trayvon.
You want offense or defense?
Defense, Trayvon Merring. Offense. Okay. Offense. It's hard to say, man, because you can't say Derek Carr because he's already a Pro Bowl player. Mm-hmm. I think Derek's going to play really, really well in this offense, but the next guy, I think it's going to be Alex Leatherwood, man. I think Alex Leatherwood is going to benefit a lot from having Carmen Basillo here, man.
Okay,
I really do. I think Alex Leatherwood is going to take that. I think he's going to make John Gruden and Mike Mayock look a lot better than they actually drafted. So maybe, Mike Mayock can get Mike Mayock's going to stay on TV. When the NFL package goes over to Amazon TV, I think Mike Mayock's going to be the guy. Okay. He's going to be the guy. He should be on TV. He's excellent.
Yeah.
He's excellent, man.
So for me, the person that's going to grow the most having this new staff on defense, for me, the person that's going to grow the most, I'm going to go with me.
I said Merring. That's what you want to say. Just say it, bro.
I don't want to go Merring because you said it.
But that's what you want to do because, listen.
Nah. What I want to do is say Klee. But I just don't know. But I just don't know how long he'll be here. So I'm still gonna go with Klee. I think that he'll grow the most from this. On offense, I'm gonna go with Foster Moreau. I'm gonna go with
Really
that
don't.
number 2 guy. I'm gonna
Really
go with that
don't.
number 2 guy. Yep.
Yo, I can't wait to clip this when they cut him.
Hey, bro, you should have seen last off season, bro. Me and Grab, we were talking about fucking David Irving so much that motherfucker got cut.
Yeah, from the Cowboys. Yeah, what's up? What's his deal? Is he just lazy or he got a drug problem? What's his problem?
Bro, when the Raiders cut him and then he took a visit to Indianapolis and they didn't sign him, he started a cannabis club.
I go, okay.
So yeah, that's
what his
that's
problem
what it
was.
is.
He was coming in there fired up.
Facts. But listen, you guys, I appreciate y'all for pulling up when it isn't much to talk about, but I had to put this together. This is the first live I've been on in, I think it was 4 days. We've been dropping straight info vids. So shout out to the 250 of y'all that was in the room today. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, Red Nation. Thank you for pulling up. And shout out to Wasted most definitely for pulling up as usual. Get my man Wasted a 5K. Maybe not before me, but you can get him to 5K, man.
Oh, damn. Why you got... Whoa, wait a minute. You doing me like that?
Hey, I only need 150, man. I only need 150.
Listen, I just got the 4K. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Listen,
that's
bro.
big. That is big right there, bro.
Listen,
that
bro.
Shit.
Listen.
What is it, 2.5 months?
Yeah.
2.5 months, motherfucker got like 200.
Yeah, but
shout out to fucking Wasted, man. He do it a little different over there, man.
Well, you know what though? Would it be dope is if we all get over 10K. That's what I really.
And it will happen, bro. It will happen. And this month it's gonna all get kicked off, bro.
Yeah,
it's all gonna get kicked off, bro.
I gotta get my. I haven't fucking worked out. Like I've worked out, but not really worked out because I'm trying to get this weight off me, bro. Before Vegas in like 3 days, bro. I really gotta grind. Like
listen, fuck that. I'm heading now. Listen,
peace. I just want to say that. Peace.
He said he got to work out, man. Fuck that.
Oh, and I'm going to bed. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
I love y'all, nation. Shout out to y'all. It's the weekend. Rest up. It ain't the weekend for me. It ain't the weekend for Wasted.
Well, I'm working overtime. It's the weekend for me.
It's not the weekend for me. So
OT,
I love y'all,
baby.
nation.